something that we will be following, which is Gachagua accuses IG Kanja of blessing Mwiki church chaos. That's on page 5 of the Daily Nation. Security scare. The former deputy president tells Mount Kenya region that he would give them the direction to follow within 1 month. It also says here that the former deputy president has accused the Inspector General of Police, Douglas Kanja, of allowing an attempt to disrupt a church service he was attending at Mwiki in Kasarani, Nairobi County. His security personnel fired in the air as they battled rowdy youth who tried to storm the Presbyterian Church of East Africa, PCEA. I think before we unpack it any further, I understand that we have some clips of the former deputy president with a few faithful, if I'm made to understand. Let's run that clip and listen into what those reactions were like.
Saire niliona mai imeanza kutupwa, nikaskampa for safety niangalie vile mambo inaendelea. Mimi kwa bahati nikapigwa na mawe hapa na nikatoa damu mingi sana na mpaka nimepatiwa first aid.
Nimeshangaa kuona hiyo kitendo, nikajiuliza kama nchi hapo ndio tumefika. Yaani watu wametafuta kazi ya kufanya, wakakosa, wakapata ya kukuja kufuruga ibada hapa.
Na sisi tukinyamaza kama vijana, si ati hatuwezi mobiliziana, but tunapatiana heshima kwa sababu kiongozi wetu alituambia yeye na umwagaji wa damu yeye hataki. Na hiyo ndio uongozi yenye tunataka hii Kenya.
Ikiwa ulihusika wewe na gavana Sakaja, nataka nitangaze katika jina la Yesu, uongozi wenu Mungu amesema mene mene tekeli.
Even now tukiwa provoked, I want to ask our people to be peaceful. Hii maneno tutasota out kwa debe. That is the right way ya kusota out hii maneno tuko nayo na huyu rais. Tutasota out kwa debe. Nyinyi mtulie. Don't be provoked. Don't revenge. Don't fight back. Wacha tu atuchokore, wacha afanye vile anataka. But I want to ask our people to remain peaceful, to remain obedient to the rule of law.
Right, the former deputy president there reacting and calling for peace and saying, let's not be provoked, let's remain peaceful in light of what you can see there, attacks outside a church service. Mariam.
Right. Really scary what our politics has become, and the Taifa Leo has put it very well. Hii ni siasa mbaya. That's the front page of the Taifa Leo. Hii ni siasa mbaya. Na visa vya hafla zinazohudhuriwa na wanasiasa wanaoonekana kuwa katika upande wa upinzani kuvamiwa na kutishiwa maisha vinachora taswira mbaya inayoweza kuitumbukiza nchi hii pabaya. That story continues on page 2 of the Taifa Leo. Now, virugu zilizotokea jana katika kanisa la PCA Kasarani zikimhusu aliyekuwa naibu wa rais Rigathi Gachagua ni dalili za siasa mbaya ambazo zinaweza kutumbukiza nchi katika machafuko. Katika tukio la jana, kundi la waluni walivamia ibada na kuharibu mali. Watu kadhaa walijeruhiwa huku walinzi wa bwana Gachagua wakalazimika kufyatua risasi angani ili kuwafukuza vijana hao. Virugu hizo zinaadhirisha hatari inayozidi kuenea nchini kutokana na mashambulizi yanayopangwa na kuchochewa kisiasa. That's according to Peter Wafula ambaye ni mchambuzi wa siasa. Gachagua alidai kuwa mashambulizi hayo ni sehemu ya njama kubwa ya kumuondoa kwenye siasa na akayahusisha na mipango ya serikali kuchochea machafuko ili kupata kisingizo cha kuahirisha uchaguzi wa 2027. Siasa mbaya indeed. The fact that who is paying people to come to churches, to come to rallies, and to just scatter things and to destroy property and to endanger people's lives, because we've seen victims saying, I was hit smack dab in the head by a stone. It's a safety issue. It's a public safety issue. It's also a political safety issue. And hii ni siasa mbaya, because what kind of ground are we setting if we can't gather peacefully? Whatever your agenda is, whether it is pro-government, anti, pro-Gachagua, anti, it doesn't matter. You should be able to gather peacefully, have whatever rally you're having, see your message, send your message home as long as it's nothing insightful or hateful, and then keep it moving. That ideally should be how we conduct our siasa. But from that headline that you can see, this is Rigiji's car, also just being pelted with stones, and I must say the backside actually was completely, or almost completely shattered. That tells you the kind of siasa that we're actually experiencing. And as we head to 2027, these are things that we should be expecting. I think it's now up to us to say, I can be used. Someone can't give me 1,000 bob, 2,000, 10, which however much it is, to come and disrupt someone else's rally or to come and play siasa chafu, because I'm the one who's suffering at the end of the day.
Exactly. Mariam, interesting point here that's been raised is our church is reaping from the seed of allowing politics in church. Not that should not be an excuse, right? Because I think to what you've said, people are gathering either way to worship.
Right.
It ends in violence. So whether or not it's a call for less politics in church, it shouldn't allow this. That shouldn't be an excuse to say, oh, we'll show you. If you bring politics, this is the retaliation.
Right.
But there is that argument that we've heard from many faithful, even heads of church, who are saying, if you're coming here, we can't allow you to take the podium or the pulpit. We cannot allow that because we're not going to encourage politics in church.
And that should be the standard, by the way.
That should be the standard.
Should be.
Yeah.
But should it happen that, fine, you've gotten a church that has allowed you to do it, then there's really no reason why people should be stoning you or, look at that, is someone being beaten? Like, that should not be happening anywhere, whether it's in a church, a political rally, at a school, and even if this was outside of church, because I do get absolutely that conversation around churches and politics is one that we could have for 3 hours. But even if this was a rally and you've come with your motorbike and now it's on fire, that's still not any way for us to be living.
No, it doesn't fix anything. Right? This constant, if I'm to say it outright, hooliganism, it doesn't foster any kind of peace or, I don't know, people can't process things like this and then you expect them to go about their day. Because one day it's this church, the next it's yours. You know what I mean? And to your point, Mariam, should it be allowed? Should somebody take that stage because the bishop has said, you know what, you can just say a few things. It doesn't warrant this kind of reaction.
It doesn't.
I know he went on to say security did not come. There was just a few plainclothes policemen that helped kind of quiet down, so to speak, or help with the situation. But right, I think it is time to put this conversation out there and just talk about this kind of temperature and rhetoric ahead of 2027. It's not looking good at all.
Right. Yeah. On a much lighter note, how strong are the shock absorbers for those vehicles of theirs? Because I see the number of people just there. Well, the fact that we've become the kind of people who now can't. No, that's not actually what we've become. But there are elements of disdain within the political class, clearly, and some kuvurugana. But I'm hoping that doesn't translate into us getting into even messier siasa. Because as the Taifa Leo has said, hii ni siasa mbaya. Tukiendelea hivi itakuwa even siasa,
even worse.
Yes.
We're going into a break. We'll come back.